The result is this book, My Life as a Villainess. The title is meant to be arch, and I hope entirely past tense. I try to be a good person most days, but it does require some effort on my part. Some people think I'm hard on myself in these pages, but I feel that I'm just gleefully honest. In dreams begin responsibilities, and I never lose sight of the fact that my dreams have come true. When the William Hurt character asks the Albert Brooks character in broadcast news what to do when reality outstrips one's fantasies, the advice is, keep it to yourself. But I just can't. There's a sense of liberation in admitting to one's faults. I do struggle with being a good friend. If grudge holding counted for cardio, I'd have run the equivalent of many Boston marathons by now. To me, the joke of this book is how hard I had to stretch to earn the title. Good girl is my factory default setting, and I had to look hard for evidence of my villainy. It was much easier to talk about aging, my beloved parents, and the various types of geniuses I've been lucky to know. So when I call myself a beta, a jerk, or worse, it's not self-deprecation. I have spent much of my adult life learning to eschew self-deprecation and encourage other women to do the same. Conversely, when I say nice things about myself, I recognize that's a subversive act for anyone in our humble brag culture, but especially a middle-aged woman. I do not feel bad about my neck or any other parts of me that are simply succumbing to age. I consider myself a helpful and supportive mentor to many younger writers, and I sincerely believe that the MacArthur Foundation should give me one of its annual grants, if only because it's not good for a household with two creative people to have one officially designated as a genius when the other is not. Does a collection of 15 essays constitute a memoir? Not in this case. There is no mention of my sister, whom I adore, and this omission should thrill her, as she once asked me to promise, in writing, never to produce a memoir. Large swaths of my life are missing. My idyllic childhood in a Brigadoon-like Baltimore neighborhood, Haran camp of the theater arts, my 2+ decades as a crime novelist, my foodie inclinations, my affection for visionary art, even a couple of near-death experiences, falling through the ice while skating, getting into a car driven by a friend zonked on Quaaludes, and then walking away from the inevitable accident, which has to be the most 1980s story ever. Is the whole greater than the parts? I think so. I hope so. This is a book about a deeply wonderful life, to quote Laurie Colwin, one of many writers name-checked in these essays. I first started fantasizing about being a novelist when I was 12, and it is everything I hoped for, and more. Again, in dreams begin responsibilities, and as I thunder down the stretch toward official old age, I find I have the confidence and self-esteem to tell the worst stories I know about myself. The question that hovers over anyone who dares to write personal essays, especially a woman, is, who the hell do you think you are? Before you can answer, you will be told who and what you are not. You are not Nora Ephron. You are not Joan Didion. You are not Susan Sontag. You aren't all that interesting. The list goes on and on. The question is always rhetorical. I will answer the question anyway. I am a mother, wife, daughter, sister. I am a writer. I am a person with 6 decades of life experience under my belt. I am a patriot. I am in therapy. I am silly. I am serious. I am an insomniac. I am a Howard Stern superfan. I'm a